Hi everyone, it's Caleb Coles here. I'm an Australian singer-songwriter and welcome to my channel, which is a place where I not only release the songs that I write and produce, but it's also a place where I love to explore the artistry of other singer-songwriters. So today I'm going to be reacting to Sohyang singing Bridge Over Troubled Water. Now, I vaguely know the original version of this, which is by Simon and Garfunkel, but I don't know it very well. So I'm looking forward to hearing her. She's a phenomenal vocalist. Let's get straight into it. If you end up enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell twice so that you see my videos if you're a follower of my channel. Let's get started. She has such a pretty tone when she's singing in that range. Singing, I will try. And she adds that extra breath and it's very pretty. It's dainty, but very intentionally so because we know she's a powerhouse. But it's such a pretty tone. Let's keep watching.
I'm on your side. When times get
Yeah, that was so beautiful. I love those stained glass window effect in the background and just the overall presence of the performance is really phenomenal. Obviously, Sohyang went through a pretty difficult stage where she was facing cancer and she ended up getting through it. I read on Wikipedia that it actually rendered her infertile, but she got through the treatment and she recovered from cancer, which is a whole big story. And I'm pretty sure that this interpretation of the song is talking about that, bridge over troubled water, getting through those times. So you can tell that even just this early on, the subtle emotions through it. And she's got that beautiful light tone, but there's not a lot of air leakage, which means her vocal cords are coming together really, really well. Just the right amount of kind of breath tension and support and compression, but she's doing it just perfectly to get a beautiful, pure tone. Let's keep watching.
when you're down and out, when you're on the street, when living was so hard, I will come for you.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. There's no chance to stop it, is there? Yeah, so she loves around that G area where she really gets that belting, and it just sounds phenomenal. What she's doing really well that I really appreciate is she's going between a slightly more covered sound. It's not a completely covered sound, but a little bit of a darker tone, and then a really bright forward sound. And what I mean by that is she's singing, if she's singing like, I don't know what the notes are, but rather than kind of going like, Mom, she's alternating between a slightly back, and then she brings it forward, and she's constantly, so some notes you can tell they're very powerful, but she's holding back, and then she'll flip the resonance just further forward, and that's really good. And it also protects your voice a little bit, because you can be in a full belt mode, but if you're always fully forward and almost with a snarly tone the whole time, it can get quite taxing. So she's just kind of alternating between a slightly further back, more open sound, which is sometimes it's kind of connected to operatic technique, but it's not really what she's doing here. But she's doing that and then bringing it forward, and I really love that. So, because when it's further back as well, it gives it more of a like a yawny kind of emotion, and then when you bring it forward, it gives it that snarl. So that's so cool. Further back there. Further forward. Yeah, wow, that was awesome. That G at the end. I love the way she hit it too, because she didn't do it far back and a little bit more head voice. She did it really far forward. Down! Like as far forward as she could get it, and then obviously because she's female, she can get more chest resonance being that high than say a guy could like me. But she held it with as much kind of mask forward but also chest in her mix as she could, and then just hit it, and then with the vibrato. But I think the best thing about this performance is not just all those techniques that she used, which were really, really cool, but she was so present constantly, and you could hear that this song was coming out of her experience. You can tell that in her eyes, and when she would sing a line, she'd look at the audience, and she's telling the audience not only like a story, but she's telling them that this is what it can be like for you. It's really a song of hope, experiencing pain, but a bridge over troubled water. And I love that she's able to impart that hope through her singing, and she does it so well. And so all those inflections, all those pure head voice notes, and then the powerful slightly further back notes, and then the really forward kind of notes, they all played part in her telling a story. And so it was a really masterful performance in that sense, because I was trying to stay conscious of the techniques she was using, but it was also hard to stay aware and not just get caught up in the in the story, which is what I wanted to do, and it is what I ended up doing, is just enjoying the song. So this is probably a performance where there were so many good moments, like there were so many cool runs, that I could really go through and dissect them one by one. There's probably parts I didn't mention that I probably should have. There were probably long held notes and phrases that on second listen oh wow, just really notice. But my first reaction to that is that she is someone who is so polished in her technical abilities that they become transparent. They become completely transparent. There are other singers who sound phenomenal, but you're very aware of what they're doing. Like while they're doing what they're doing, you can almost see the strain in their face, and you can see their concentration, and there's something cool about that. But at the same time, you don't get that sense when you listen to So Hyung. You don't get the sense that she's thinking about her technique. You get the sense that she's telling you something very important, and she's communicating that through her singing. So I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I look forward to